Whenever we adjust a sensor, whenever we recalibrate a sensor, we need to get the console into calibration mode. Basically what we need to do is remove the rear cover and come to the lower left-hand corner, and there's a switch down here for calibration. You need to go ahead and turn that on. And what you'll notice on the screen once you've done that is it now says warning, calibration switch on. This needs to be done anytime you calibrate any of the variables, whether it's angle, length, or the transducers, or if you're on the phone and we're actually making an adjustment to a load reader. Discuss the length calibration. The length potentiometer sits right here, and it spins this gear off of an internal here on the internal shaft. When you would need to make this calibration is after you have replaced this potentiometer, or if you've replaced the circuit board. Now there is a method of making a length adjustment which doesn't require recalibrating if you have not replaced any parts. We're going to discuss that also. But first we're going to go ahead and cover the calibration itself. So let's say we've already replaced our length sensor, which is the potentiometer, or we've replaced the circuit board. What we're going to want to do is begin the calibration process. So we're going to come in and go to Diagnostics and hit the check mark. What we're going to see here is length 1. And what I want for length 1, when it's fully retracted, is a digital value under AIN1 of 100. You can achieve that by making sure that your boom is fully retracted, and then what you do is you rotate the potentiometer to change this value. And you, as I said, you want it to read 100. At that point, you would then engage the gears in the cable reel and secure your potentiometer bracket in place. After you do that, we can go ahead and begin the calibration process. What we want to do is go over to calibration mode now and enter the password 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to make sure that we have the correct sensor selected. So it's already sitting on select sensor. We're going to hit the check mark, drop it down to length 1, hit the check mark again, and now we're going to drop it down to 0 the sensor. So after we're in here to 0 the sensor, what you're going to see is you've got a 100 for your digital value, and you've got a 0.1 in this case, or 0.0 for your actual zeroing of your length. So what you would do here is simply press the check mark to highlight it, and we want this to be at 0. So you would simply hit the check mark again, and it would save the value. And that's all you do for zeroing the sensor. The next thing you would want to do is span the sensor. You drop down to span, hit the check mark, and at this point you would fully extend your boom. And the number that you're going to put into here is going to be the difference between a fully retracted boom and a fully extended boom, because what we're measuring is the throw of the boom as it extends. For instance, if you have a 20-foot retracted boom and a 60-foot extended boom, this value would be 40. So you would extend your boom all the way out and enter the value of how far your boom has traveled. What you're going to see is when you were retracted, you had a 100 here, but your digital value is going to increase. It may read 400 or 500 by the time you get your boom extended. That's what it's supposed to do. So you would enter your value, hit the check mark to save it, and wait for the changes approved message to go away before you do anything else with the system. That ensures that the value actually gets saved. So after you've gone ahead and you've done your zeroing and you've spanned by fully extending the boom and inserting the value that we spanned the boom by, what you're going to do is come back and you're going to fully retract your boom and take a look at it on the main screen. Take a look at this value here, which is your boom length. Make sure that your boom length is reading accurate. Then go ahead and fully extend it and then fully retract it, and make sure that both at the extended value and the fully retracted value you have an accurate indication. At that point, you're all finished with the calibration of the length sensor. You can go ahead and turn off your calibration switch and put the rear cover back on the console.